Now that's what I'm talking about. That is how you do it, WWE. That ending was mwah, awesome ending to what was pretty much a meh pay-per-view. This is your boy, Deluxe Man, giving you your WWE TLC 2015 review. Overall, I'm going to give it a C. I felt like there was some good stuff. There was some bad stuff. There was some bland, meh stuff you won't remember. And I can't really say this was a spectacular pay-per-view. I will say it's better than Survivor Series. Definitely, but, it had its flaws. You know what I'm saying? But it also had its moments. And some really, really high moments at that. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. The pre-show was Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. I mean, why not put the hometown girl on the card? But no, we're going to put her on the pre-show. These two went from having one of the best female matches in 2015 to being on the coveted pre-show of WWE because screw them. And it doesn't matter if the fans chant, "We want Sasha." You get her on the pre-show. I'm sorry, it's just how they do things. They're going to continue to do this to Sasha Banks until, the fans riot or lose their minds and they make them push her. Let's see what happens around WrestleMania. Hopefully she eventually turns face and we get Sasha Banks versus, I don't know, Charlotte or Becky Lynch. But they had a match. It was pretty solid. Wasn't as good as their TakeOver match, but it was pretty solid. Becky Lynch lost as a result of Team Bat's interference. Before the match, I can't believe I'm talking about this, but before the match, these girls came out and they did the one thing that they should never do. They sung. Unless you're The Rock. Unless you're somebody else other than The Rock or at least Austin who made it entertaining. Wrestlers should never sing. Ever. And these girls, oh goodness gracious. That holiday hymn they did before the freaking match was terrible. It was terrible. That's terrible. Okay? Not terrible, but terrible. It was bad, guys. But, yeah, the match was okay. But, again, we're in Boston. Why not push Sasha Banks on the card? But what do I know? I'm just a wrestling fan. Get to the main card. We opened up the show with The New Day coming out to what was a big pop. New Day is getting over, man. They're the Edge and Christian of this generation. They're heels. They're douchebags. But they're entertaining. So entertaining that the fans love them. They love to hate them. And it's just really cool to watch them. They came out, cut their little promo. Then the Lucha Dragons came out and the Usos came out. And all three of these teams in this TLC, it wasn't a TLC match, but this ladder match for the Tag Team Championship. This match has to have been one of the best ladder matches I've seen in years. I'm not even kidding you. This was an awesome tag match. I went back and watched it just before I recorded this. It's just as good. The spots were crazy. All three teams had awesome spots. Xavier Woods was great on commentary. Big E shined. Kofi Kingston shined. The Usos shined. I can't even say shined right now because I'm so excited. Lucha Underground. See, I can't even talk right now. The Lucha Dragons. Lucha Dragons went out there and had two of the best spots of the entire night. Freaking Kalisto doing his Salida del Sol, that backflip into it's in a Sai DDT. You know what I'm talking about. Off the top of the ladder, through a ladder with one of the Usos. It was one of the craziest spots I've ever seen. Flying over the top ropes, an Uso splash to the outside on top of a ladder. Ladders here, ladders there. It was just an insane match. I cannot describe it. I cannot put this match into words. I can't capture it. You have to go watch it. It was that good. Definitely one of the best tag matches I've seen from WWE this year. An absolute great match. Please go watch it. All 6 of these men. You know what? Even Xavier Woods. Everyone involved in this match deserves a raise. Congratulations, you are all awesome. It was just an excellent match. I enjoyed it. I loved it. Give me your thoughts about it down below. And, of course, The New Day retains. not a lot of people liked that, but I gotta be honest with you guys, I think it's the best decision. You know, I love the Lucha Dragons, and I like the Usos. I've been a huge supporter of the Usos, and I will never stop being a huge supporter of the Usos. But I feel like the New Day is just doing wonders for that tag team championship. Championship belts, if anything else. I don't know, man. I think there's nobody else that can take their spot right now. You know, keep them as this heel team escaping, and then maybe bring up a new team to take the belts away from them, so it means something. Or just have the Lucha Dragons beat them in a great match. But the New Day as tag team champs, I'm feeling it, man. And I felt this match. This was awesome. Unfortunately, it's all downhill from there until the very end. Because there was not a single match that came even close to topping this match. Next up, we got Rusev versus Ryback. The story here is that Lana has been helping Rusev distract Ryback over the last few weeks because she's a woman and Ryback can't hit women. And yeah, it was just a bland, boring match. I'm not saying big men matches don't work, but this particular big man match did not work. I have never seen Ryback and Rusev have a good match. I don't think they work. They don't work. There are certain things that just don't mesh well together, guys. You know, salt and water don't mesh well together. Ryback and Rusev don't mesh well together. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest with you. They've had tons of matches, and none of them have been good to me. And this one was no different. Rusev beats Ryback with the assist from Lana. You know, he makes him tap out, or pass out, actually, to the accolade. And Lana and Rusev kiss. Lana's still hot. You know, but again, boring match, just like the next match. Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger in a chairs match for the United States Championship. Nothing. A bland match. They had chairs too. It just didn't work. This is what happens when you don't develop characters, okay? And here's the thing. They tried to have a good match, but again, no storyline. No reason to fight, I guess, because he took out Zeb Coulter, but nobody even cared about the Mex America stuff anyways for people to get invested in him taking out Zeb Coulter. So it didn't work. No storyline, no reason to fight, no characters. So they can go out there and try to have a 5-star classic. It won't work. Okay, this match was boring. I didn't care about it. Del Rio beat Jack Swagger. Awesome. Now, hold that championship warm until John Cena comes back and we can have United States Championship open challenges again. Because quite frankly, what they're doing with Del Rio, I'm not feeling it. I kind of wish he would have stayed on Lucha Underground. I do. I kind of wish he didn't come back. I know he came back for the money. I respect him for doing what he does. But I'm sorry, he's just not working. And he's not going to work, in my opinion, he's not going to work in WWE. He just isn't. Because they're not going to let him be what he needs to be, which is just being himself. In my personal opinion. I think after that, we got the tables match. Let me be sure. I have a list of matches right here. Rusev and Ryback, Del Rio, and Jack Swagger. I was right. It is the 8-man tables match. It is Team ECW, not Team Extreme. Two totally different teams. Team Extreme is Jeff and Matt and Lita. But throughout the match, Team Extreme. And I'm like, really? Where? Matt, Jeff, Lita? Aw. Team ECW, Tommy Dreamer, the Dudley Boyz, and Rhyno versus the Wyatt family. Bray, Luke, Eric, and Braun. This match was... It was a match. It was average. Again, man, this kind of match in any other company, ROH, NXT, ODCW, old WWF, even WCW, this match would be awesome because they would have the freedom to do things. Even Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore, they would have had the freedom to really go out there and have the type of match the Wyatt family needed to have. But because they couldn't really get to a high level of violence, it was just pretty much a sloppy spot fest of tables. And I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't. I'm just happy that the Wyatt family won. I mean, it doesn't rebuild them or nothing. It doesn't, bring the Wyatt family back up to being a dominant stable, because, I'm sorry, it's going to take a lot for the Wyatt family, especially Bray Wyatt, to feel special again after losing to the freaking, Brothers of Destruction, Taker and Kane at Survivor Series, and then pretty much being bitched out to Roman Reigns. He's going to have to need a little bit more, because right now he still feels kind of meh. But this is a step in the right direction, I guess. Then we got the Intercontinental Championship match. Again, the match itself, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it was just meh. It was lifeless. And this match had Kevin Owens and Dean freaking Ambrose. How can a match with Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens feel lifeless? But it did. No reason to fight. No story behind it. I mean, you can say that Ambrose wants a shot at the IC Championship because he beat Kevin Owens at Survivor Series. Cool. But where's the story? Where's the character interaction? We got none of that. How do you screw this up? They managed to screw up what could have been a really, really, really good feud or a good match. But whatever, man. I will say this. This was a shocker. I did not expect the ending of this match to be what it was, which was Dean Ambrose beats Kevin Owens, and he is now your new Intercontinental Champion. Yeah. Ambrose beat Kevin Owens. And, yeah. He's the new IC Champion. Okay. Where do we go with that? I don't know. You tell me. I will say this, though, man. I am happy that Dean Ambrose won a championship. I feel like he's been one of the highest acts for WWE going strong since he debuted with the Shield. So, him being champion, sure. I hope he gets a strong run, and I hope he has good views and storylines with it. He won't, but it's good to hope. And some of you might be surprised when I say this, but I'm kind of glad Kevin Owens lost. I kind of feel like him as this heel champion, this heel character on the main roster, it's just not working. So hopefully this means he will be moved up. Notice I said moved up and not down, but be moved up, back up to NXT, where he can feud with Sami Zayn when he comes back. And they can have a feud all the way up to NXT in Dallas. And then after that, he can come back with Sami Zayn to the main roster and probably rebuild himself. Because quite frankly, right now, it's not working. Okay, this heel Kevin Owens is just bland and boring. And it's very formulaic. He's a chicken shit heel. He runs away from the good guys because he's a bad guy. And no, it's not working. It doesn't work. He's better than this. He really is. So Kevin Owens, to me, moved back up to NXT. And Dean Ambrose to hopefully have a good IC Championship run. I'm begging them to book him right. Please. We'll see what happens. Main event time. No. I lied. Divas Championship match. Oh, why would I skip this? I'm sorry. I will say this. The Divas Championship match between Paige and Charlotte, I think was a solid match. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I was more intrigued with the storytelling of Charlotte trying to be like her father than I was the match itself. This metamorphosis of Charlotte's character, I'm feeling. I'm really enjoying this. I like that she's pretty much being remote controlled by her father to cheat, to play a dirty game, and she's doing what she's doing to make her father happy. The real bad guy, the heel here, is Ric Flair. It's not, well, I guess it is kind of Charlotte because she wants to impress her father that she's willing to sacrifice her own morals and her friendship with Becky Lynch. But I can't complain about this, man. I think the development of Charlotte's character is very intriguing. I want to see where it goes. I know it's kind of weird that we're doing this in the middle of a feud between her and Paige, even though Paige, it's going to be hard for Paige to get over what she said about Ric Flair. I'm sorry, Paige, you are stuck as a heel for a good 6 months. You are not going to be able to live that down. She's stuck as a heel for a while. I don't think anybody's going to like Paige for a long time. Well, not for a long time. I'll give it 6 months. Although that might be a long time. Anyways. And it's weird that they did this metamorphosis during this feud. But, she beats Paige with a little help from Flair using an exposed turnbuckle. It was like watching two heels try to out-heel each other. It was just weird. But I will say, I am feeling what they're doing with Charlotte. Backstage after the match, we have Charlotte meeting up with Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch is like, I don't like how you won that match, Charlotte. That's not cool. But Charlotte's like, but I won, right? It's all about being a winner. It's all about being the champion. Like my father said. And then she goes to do the whole friendship thing, and then Flair interferes and takes it away from her. Come on, Becky, come in, eat out with us. And Becky is just reluctantly going with them. It's a storyline. Holy crap, a storyline. Development in character. Charlotte's becoming this, daddy pleaser. It's making her more dislikable, but it's understandable. You understand why she would be this way. And Becky is becoming more sympathetic over time. You understand her. And clearly this is building up to a match between them, hopefully at Royal Rumble. I'm looking forward to it. I'm feeling it. I like this. I like it. You might not like it. You might not like Charlotte. Fine. You know what? If you don't like Charlotte at this point, it makes sense because she's really dislikable. She's being a little spoiled, rotten, self-centered little bitch. But you get why. It makes sense. Okay, now the main event. Let's talk about this match first. This thing. The World Heavyweight Championship TLC match. Roman Reigns versus Sheamus. I gotta be real with you guys. This was... You know the saying that a crowd can make or break a match? Well, this crowd in Boston destroyed this match. And I can't really say that it wasn't from a lack of trying from both men, because they both tried. Oh dear God, did they try. It's a combination of them not gelling well. I never thought Sheamus and Roman Reigns could have good matches. The potential was there. Actually, I take that back. The potential has always been there. Let me rephrase that statement. I felt like they could have good matches. They just never did. They just never did have good matches. And I just felt like this was just another meh match. And then it was made worse because of the crowd. Boston did not like either of these men. They didn't like Reigns going into it. They didn't like Sheamus. They hated these guys so much. They chanted, "We want Cena." Yes, it was followed by Cena sucks, but they were chanting, "We want Cena." You have to be extremely freaking bad to make the crowd chant, "We want Cena." Jesus Christ. They were also chanting, "We miss Rollins." I understand that. But then they were chanting Daniel Bryan, ECW, and NXT. And then something else. I can't remember what it was. But this crowd cracked the hell on this match. They pulled their pants down and took a dump on it. They hijacked this match, man. It was just not a good match to watch. It was just a disaster all around for me. And then, of course, at the end, after Roman Reigns hits a pretty sweet Superman punch on the ladder, we have Sheamus with the aid of the League of Nations, Del Rio, Rusev, and, well, was King Barrett out there? I don't remember seeing King Barrett. Okay, well, Del Rio and Rusev coming out there. They help Sheamus get the championship back, as I predicted. Sheamus wins. So, by this point, I'm like, okay, let's just wrap this up. Let's just go home. Then we got what I thought was definitely perhaps the shining moment of Roman Reigns' career on the main roster. So, Roman Reigns, after losing and losing and losing and losing and losing, and coming real close to the championship, only to have it be ripped from him, loses his fucking mind, gets a steel chair, and starts whooping the hell out of every person he sees. Rusev, whap. Sheamus, whap. Del Rio, whap. And then whap, whap, whap. Starts beating Sheamus like he was a government mule. Jim Ross. Just beating him down. Triple H, Stephanie, referees come out, surround him. He has to restrain himself. He's just like he's seething in anger. And I'm like, ooh, I like this. Because it's something different. It makes sense. You've been screwed so many times, it's natural for you to snap. I've been waiting for this. So, Triple H is like, calm down. Help Sheamus, man. I wish this had blood. I really do wish this had blood. It really would have made this feel even more special. So, Triple H comes into the ring, he tells Roman Reigns to calm down. He helps Sheamus out of the ring. He says, what the hell is wrong with you? And then Roman Reigns then goes to knock Triple H up with the Superman punch, gets a steel chair and starts whipping his ass. Whop, whop, whop. And then the crowd who was chanting all these other chants to Roman, flipped. That's how you know it worked. When the crowd who was booing the hell out of you completely did a 180 and starts cheering you. Because this is awesome. Seeing Roman Reigns beat the hell out of Triple H even got me going, yeah, kick his ass, kick his ass. And this is what Roman Reigns has been missing. He's been missing that feud. He's been missing that organic storyline, that organic kind of heat. You know, throughout this entire time, he hasn't really had an obstacle. I don't really feel like Roman Reigns has had an obstacle. He's been the obstacle. I think Triple H is a great obstacle for Roman Reigns. And this was awesome. He beat the hell out of him. You have Stephanie screaming, stop, stop, stop. You know, going crazy. I, at one point, was like, you know what? Spear her. Beat the fuck out of Stephanie. But, of course, this is PG. We're not going to do that. I don't know why. Man, if he would have speared Stephanie, whoo. We didn't get that, though. But powerbomb Triple H, well, he tried to powerbomb Triple H through a table, but it didn't break. So he put him on a table, but he had the sense to follow up. He gets on the other table and then does a running elbow drop, putting him through the table. It was glorious. He goes to walk away. We have referees helping Triple H up. And then Roman Reigns gets halfway up, turns around, runs back, and spears the hell out of Triple H. The crowd goes nuts. They start chanting, thank you, Roman. And I'm like, wonderful. Cut. Go home. And he's talking, I think he said something like, I know I'm going to get fired or something like that. Go home. Awesome. Tomorrow night on Raw. Okay? What I either expect to see or somewhere close to this, I would like to see Roman Reigns get fired. And we don't see him for a couple of weeks. We just fire him. You're done. You're not in the Royal Rumble. You're not doing this. Okay. And when he comes back, Roman Reigns needs to be a completely different character. We need to use this opportunity to not turn him heel. Fine, don't turn him heel. If you're going to make him a babyface character, you need to change him up, okay? Get rid of this, SWAT gear. Get rid of that. Get him something else. Get him different music. Give him a different look. Get him something else. Help him be a babyface character. Change his attitude. Change everything about him, okay? This was a pivotal moment in Roman Reigns' career. Okay, he got screwed. And so now the moral stuff, I'm going to do things the right way. Fuck that. Fuck that. He needs to be a different freaking person now. He needs to come back more vicious, more awesome, more, I'm here to fight like he was in the Shield. Exactly like that without the Shield gear. Bring that Roman Reigns back and then send him in this feud with Triple H. This guy should have this awesome tear. He should have this dominant kind of streak going into this match with Triple H. Have that match, have him win. Then, I think after we finish this feud with Triple H, I believe we can finally say, okay, Roman Reigns, you're cool. We can see you after the championship now. Okay? Do not screw this up. Here is an opportunity to take Roman Reigns and make him into a badass character where the crowd will love him, where fans can get behind him, and then you can use them to actually make your TV product mean something and make it watchable. The one thing I don't want them to do, and knowing WWE, they will do this. He'll come back tomorrow. He'll say some wacky stuff, tater tots and some shit like that. Nothing's going to happen to him. He's not going to get fired. And he's just going to go to the Royal Rumble. He's going to win it. He's going to fight Brock Lesnar and beat him. No. Okay? Don't do the predictable route with Roman Reigns. Do something we don't expect. Because I'm telling you right now, if you have Roman Reigns go to Royal Rumble and win it, if you have him go to the Rumble, win it, and then fight Lesnar again or someone else for the championship, it's going to be a repeat of last year. Well, this year, but Royal Rumble 2015. I should say it like that. Don't do it. Change it up. Give us something different. Get him to that championship a different way. This feud with Triple H needs to go all the way to WrestleMania. All the way to WrestleMania. Or, now this is something that you can do. And you know what? I'll end it with this. If you are serious, if you really want to make Roman Reigns the champion, I suggest you give the championship to Triple H. Have Triple H just strip Sheamus of the championship and just take it. Give it to Triple H. And then have him defend it against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I was going to say Sheamus. Dear God, no. I don't want to see Triple H versus Sheamus again. No, let's not go back to that. But, you know, I think it was Schlad Day who said that. Yeah, Triple H versus Roman Reigns for the championship. Let's go. Let's go. You know, the biggest obstacle for Roman Reigns right now is Triple H. But again, change his character up. Do something different. Don't do the exact same thing or the predictable thing and have him win the Royal Rumble. Don't do it. And if you do it like that, I promise you, Roman Reigns will get over. I promise you he will get over. I promise you. I promise you. But overall, again, a C show, but a really good ending and a really awesome tag team ladder match. Please go watch that stuff. But thank you guys for watching. Give me your thoughts about the show down below. I guess I'll see you guys for my next videos coming up. I have an NXT, I have an NXT preview coming tomorrow. I have an NXT Takeover in London review coming Wednesday. I have an ROH Final Battle review coming later on this week. And, of course, at the end of this week will be the closing of the voting polls. Be sure to vote in the People's Choice Awards. It's still open. You have until next Sunday, and the polls will close. So vote in that if you haven't. Because next week, not this week coming up, but the week after this week, will be the video. The People's Choice Awards video. And then what we do for that, we'll see. But thank you guys for watching. This was actually, again, not one of their greatest pay-per-views, but it was definitely better than a lot of their Raws and Survivor Series. So let's see what they do. Please do not screw this up, WWE. Please. But this is your boy, Deluxe Man, signing off. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.